Coming up next, the one and only Jasmine Ellis, everyone.
Thank you. I'm a middle child. I need that. Thank you. You get it. You get it. I tell people I'm a middle child and they don't understand how much trauma goes into that. Like being a middle child is like especially when it's a middle child of the same sex, it's like knowing your parents said, you know what? We could do better. Yeah, I'm the middle child of 3 girls, so I definitely had like a Jan Brady situation coming up. Too old of a reference. Okay, like a Khloe Kardashian. You get it? Like, I'm not necessarily ugly, but I needed a personality. All right, I had to work for it, okay? It didn't come easy. My older sister in particular, she's stunning. Like, really, really pretty. Like, I knew she was the pretty one from a young age, because, like, I was the same height and weight when I was, like, 10, okay? And that was the 90s before we had fashion advice for plus-size women. Back then, the only advice was wear more clothes. Just put on all the clothes you got. That was it. And she was 90s hot, man. She was skinny and she owned a lot of chokers. I was jealous. Even before we were worried about like who was attractive, I knew she was smarter than me too. I remember when I was 5, she told me I was adopted. Which is like a pretty standard big sister lie. Like I heard some ahs, but yeah, anybody can tell you you're adopted. She took me to where I was found. Like she said, we were gonna get animal crackers. And then we were just at a dumpster and she's like, this is where your family left you. Yep, they left you in the trash. Like trash. And like, even though I know this isn't true and I know my parents are my parents, like I'm still really scared to take a 23andMe test, you know? I just have it come back and be like, 10% trash. But I hate trash. How can I be the thing I hate? You know, like how the racist people in the commercials are always so surprised they're black. Like, I watch this, I'm like, nigga, who lied to you? Oh, goodness. A little bit about me. I used to pretend I liked sports until I figured out dick was free. Turns out they just give it to you. It's absolutely worthless, no street value. It's just, I was putting in work, y'all. I was watching football and like really trying to care. You know what? Even though I still don't like football as a sport, I will say there's one thing I love about football. When you're at a game, there's this community in the room. Like, I know comedy clubs are fun, concerts are fun, but a football game, there's like this unified feeling that you guys are accomplishing something. And then when something happens, like a player drops a ball, everyone starts screaming at once, and they're just like, ah! And then that's your moment. You can say whatever you need to say. And nobody hears it. Then be like, I can't believe that. And you're just like, I wish my dad loved me. It's like therapy with cheese. Try it. So good. It's so good. I gave up pretending to like football and just started being honest. And a guy just kind of fell in my lap. It's kind of great. I am engaged now, by the way. Thank you. I love that saying I'm engaged gets a clap because I did nothing to earn this. Nothing. I let a guy buy me a hamburger and pretended to like wrestling. That's about it. That is about it. I like being engaged though, or as I like to call it, exclusively signed to a hoe contract. Like I'm still hoeing, but I'm like, I'm limited with it. It's great. No, it's great. It's funny though, because before he proposed, I was like, I was pushing it, honestly. Like marriage was in the back of my mind and the front of my mouth. I would bring it up all the time. I remember I went to his grandfather's funeral and I was like, wow, this is so important that you would have me at such an important day of your life. Like you really love me. But if you really love me, you propose right now. We're already in a church, you know? Your grandpa's never gonna get to go to your wedding. That's on you. And between you and Jesus. How about that? My fiance is white, white as I like to call it. It's real white too. Like when I first met him, I was not sure he was the kind of white guy that was into black girls, and I hate to say that, but there's a type of white guy that aggressively likes black women. Like I can see them across the room. They always come up to me and they're just like, oh, you know what I need to emulate a black man to catch a black woman. I don't know who told him to do this, but I was like, say girl, I like this whole cinnamon, nutmeg, mocha, caramel. I'm like, what are you ordering? I'm just trying to say I like chocolate. And I hope you get diabetes. Get out of my face. Like, he's not that type. He's so white. He looks like a picture that comes for free in a frame. He's just khaki and kale. He even smells a little bit like a golden retriever. Like he's wonderfully white. So white. I love it. It's funny too, because I wonder, like, you wonder how much race is really gonna come up into things. And like, I feel like there's one final test before we're truly ready to get married, and I'm waiting for this. I think he needs to go to one of my family's funerals. That's what I think. I think he needs to go to one of my family's funerals, and then he'll like really see what a black funeral experience is. You know what I mean? Like just people playing dominoes in the parking lot. I need him. You know, a eulogy that's also an audition for Showtime at the Apollo. I need that for him. Thank you guys so much. I'm Jasmine Ellis. Thank you.